In life, we often face giants, people or challenges with overwhelming strength, resources, or status. But history and stories prove time and again, smart action beats raw power. Listen to this timeless little story that will prove it. And from this, you will understand that true victory doesn't come from strength, but from intelligence and courage. There was a hawk who was extremely proud of being able to fly the highest in the sky. One day, during a gathering of birds, the hawk started bragging about his ability to soar even above the clouds. Most birds were full of admiration and began praising him, but a little sparrow sitting there couldn't tolerate his boasting any longer. She challenged him and said, "What makes you think you can fly the highest? And no one can surpass you. Many birds can fly higher and faster than you. Even I can fly higher than you. Will you accept my challenge?" The hawk looked at the tiny sparrow in complete disbelief and burst into laughter. He said, "I appreciate your courage and enthusiasm, but I'm shocked that you're challenging me. Do you really think you can compete with me? I suggest you rethink your challenge. Otherwise, you'll only make yourself a laughingstock." Yet the sparrow stood firm. She knew winning a direct contest against the hawk was nearly impossible. Still, she thought, what's the harm in trying? If she lost, it wouldn't change much. But if she somehow won, the hawk's pride would be shattered forever. She said, "Mr. Hawk, I've thrown you a challenge. Now, it's up to you to accept or reject it." The venue and time for the competition were fixed. The next day, all the birds gathered in an open field, buzzing with excitement. The hawk and the sparrow arrived, and at the appointed hour, the contest began. The sparrow tried her best to fly higher than the hawk, but the hawk was soaring with all his might. Seeing the sparrow far below, he started teasing her, diving sharply down and shooting back up just to show her down. All the birds watched intently. Suddenly, they realized the sparrow had vanished from sight. Even the hawk was surprised. Thinking he had left her far below, he flew higher and higher until he reached his limit. He could fly no further and was feeling exhausted. Then came the shock of his life. He looked up and there was the sparrow, flying far above his head. He couldn't believe his eyes. The sparrow called out, "Come on, dear, why don't you try flying a little higher?" But the hawk was so terribly exhausted that he couldn't move even an inch upward. He gave up. The birds on the ground watched in disbelief. Both landed. The sparrow received endless congratulations. The hawk felt deeply embarrassed and hung his head in shame. The sparrow, overjoyed with her victory, held her head high with pride. One bird took the sparrow aside and asked the secret of her win. She replied, "Actually, when the hawk was diving up and down to tease me, I seized the opportunity and quietly landed on his back. My weight is so light that he never even noticed I was sitting comfortably there. When I realized he couldn't fly any higher and was about to descend from tiredness, I simply took off from his back and flew above his head. That's how I won the competition. With my wits, not strength." This tiny story carries a huge lesson. Victory doesn't always go to the strongest or the biggest. With clever thinking, courage, and a smart strategy, even the smallest among us can overcome the greatest challenges. Real-life proof. Sachin Tendulkar, just 5 feet 5 inches tall, not the tallest, not the strongest. Yet Sachin left behind cricket giants who looked like tanks. His records remain unbroken to this day because he outsmarted bowlers with his brain, not overpowered them with muscle. The master's message: when people throw stones at you, turn them into milestones. Sachin Tendulkar, the greatest lesson. Power intimidates. Cleverness wins. Next time you feel small, don't rush in with force. Pause. Think. Take a smart step. That's exactly how the ones who seem weak become legends. Cleverness, strength, always. So remember, real winners aren't always the most powerful. They're the ones who think differently and never give up. Have you ever won with brains over power? Comment below. Share this with someone who feels small today.